1.22. Mathematically, that is the next update after the summer drop. So the biggest question is, as a whole new number, will this be another drop or an update similar to the size of the yearly updates? Now this is the biggest question as well. Historically, obviously when a version number went up from 1.20 to 1.21, this is because it was a major update. But obviously since last year, Mojang announced that they were changing the update cycle, but they weren't really so specific, mentioning about whether we're going to have another major update ever again, similar to the size of the Never update or anything like that. The only hint we got from them was that the drops would vary in size, and I think this is the biggest hint that maybe 1.22 will be a lot larger than the previous drops. As if we look at the summer drop, we only got one major feature, meaning they may have had a smaller drop to focus on making the autumn drop a lot larger. I mean, logically, it does make sense as they've only added the happy grass and the other changes are small but meaningful. But it's not like the other drops where one feature would take up most of the time. On both versions, something similar to a new biome. You could say for the summer drop that would be vibrant visuals, but that isn't coming to Java yet, so. But if 1.22 is a bigger update, what would it be in my opinion? Now, I want to stress this is my personal opinion on the two most likely candidates, and that is a combat-focused drop, possibly bringing Java PvP to Bedrock or a whole new system, or the heavily demanded end update. Now, these are the two most commonly thrown around things for an update, and I'm gonna say the combat drop is far more likely of the two, as Mojang are trying to make Java and Bedrock as similar as possible. What do I think that would look like? Well, I'd imagine they'd probably revert some things about Java PvP and have the two meet in the middle, because if Java PvP came to Bedrock as a controller player, I would personally have a meltdown. I mean, for fuck's sake, how do people play this? Why is an axe the most powerful weapon? It makes no sense. Now, the end update is the unlikely of the two, but it has to be mentioned. I mean, that's all the community goes on about these days. Now, I'm gonna start with why I think it's unlikely. I mentioned this in a few videos, and I'll probably do a video on it as a whole at some point, but the game has a major retention problem. I mean, the community knows it, even Mojang knows it. They use iron armor in all their promotional videos, for fuck's sake. And that's why I think it's more unlikely the two. Don't get me wrong, the internet does have a strong sway in it, but the Minecraft community is way larger than the very loud voices on the internet. I mean, the achievement percentages tell all the story that needs to be told. Of all the people that open their inventory, only 2.774% of those people make it to the end. But what would an end update even look like? In my vision, it's a lot different to the common, oh, let's add purple trees and vegetation to the end. It's called the end for a reason. The end, in my opinion, should stick to the identity of being a barren wasteland. Now, how do you do that? Well, you could have creepy caves with a new mob, a similar vibe to the Warden, but without the overpoweredness. Like, don't get me wrong, they should add more structures or even trees that are pushed, but you have to make it in a way that it doesn't completely strays away from the initial ideals of the end. You could have abandoned looking structures with dark trees similar to the copy and paste trees of the Pale Garden, but obviously give them more of an identity than these clone trees. But in my opinion, not everything in the game needs to be a colorful, vibrant place. It's called the end for a reason. 1.22 in my opinion is probably going to be the biggest drop so far, maybe not in impact, as so far the smallest drop, the summer drop, has that title, but feature wise I do feel this will have the most, backed by the fact that summer drop was so small feature wise. But if this is true, then in theory we'll only get larger drops similar to the yearly updates every 10 updates, meaning every 2 years or so. But I want to hear your opinion on what you think 1.22 will be, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you want to see future content like this, then consider subscribing. But thank you for watching, and goodbye.